Okay, we're going to be doing a brush cut. I'm going to show you the technique of how to cut this haircut real easy and fast. Start one out with a 4 blade, which is a 3/4 inch. I'm going to come in here and cut this out. And I've been cutting Greg's hair a good while with this cut. It looks, his hair stands up perfectly. I tried to talk him in a flat top, but you know, he won't hear that. He's got his daughter's graduation this weekend, I think it is.
Yeah, I don't want to shock nobody with a flat top weekend.
I like flat tops myself. I could never have one.
I'd like to have one too. Me and you got the same kind of hair for that, don't we? I'd love to have me one of them. I just can't get one of them. If I had a little bit more hair in the front, I'd get me one of them. Then you got to get it cut every 2 or 3 weeks, so.
Yeah. How often does Steve get his hair cut down here?
Pretty often.
Yeah, he keeps it pretty trimmed up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to get my money for it. If I get mine about once a month.
Yeah.
Mine lasts about a month, and then it gets where I can't. It's a little long.
And what I do is leave this, when this head changes right here where it goes over, where it bends, I just leave this to work in with scissors here in the front so you can blend this in. I'll come back in with this 4 blade, which is 3/4 inch long. Just buzz this thing. This is a simple type haircut. You find anything much to sell on lately?
Yeah. Well, I bought a couple guns this morning. I've got a Case Brothers set, knife set on, a couple of knives on eBay right now. I haven't reached your site lately. You got the same stuff or some of the same stuff on there?
Yeah, something came on mine, yeah. I don't know what it was exactly, but I figured that was some of that stuff. Let's see, a 3 blade on the side right here, where the head changes right through here. If you'll notice, the head changes. That guy called me from Scotland this morning. Buddy called me back in a little bit, so.
What, seen some of your videos?
Yeah, I've had several people call me in Canada and places. If you'll see where that head's changing at, what they're doing is that head changes right there on that X, where it X is at. They can see how to actually, where I got the faded at, which would be right through here.
Mark, how many years have you been cutting hair now?
About 33 years now, I believe it is. I should actually cut hair at home before then. I always loved cutting hair.
How many heads of hair do you think you cut over a lifetime already?
We figure 100 heads a week, a lot of them years. So probably how many weeks would it be? 52 weeks in a year, 5,200 heads maybe. And maybe I didn't cut that much to start with, but I did other kind of work like I did when I first started. I used to do perms and things like that just to get by.
Yeah.
And when these haircuts got shorter, I really enjoyed it more, and you could do more of this kind of stuff. And didn't even use clippers to start with. So if you'll notice, whatever I do here, I go right here and do the same thing on this cut. They can see that I'm doing the same thing here, mirroring what I'm doing on the other side. And let's play this. Yeah. So you figure a lot of them years I cut 100 heads with it. Especially the last 20 years when my business was better. I got more serious about my business and staying with it. But a lot of times I used to do like, one time I did 150 something haircuts and 18 perms in one, spiral perms in 1 week. And then cut all 18 of those, and I worked about 10, 11 o'clock every night. But the next week I couldn't even go to work, my back was out on me, so I quit with that. So, but that's when I was super busy.
You were super young too.
Yeah, a lot younger, yeah. About 33 or 4. I was super busy then, but just had got married, and I was more serious about working and making a living than I was before. I was worried about just getting off as soon as I could and getting gone somewhere when I was single.
So did your wife get hurt in an accident here?
No, she didn't. She didn't get hurt, and it's amazing because all of us was there, you know, not go to ambulance with ambulance or anything.
God, good.
But she had hit us in the back end. It'd been a bad day. I just had to put $50 worth of gas in that van too, so it was full of. Hers was full of fuel. And well, that would have been a bad day. I tell you, if you didn't have hope in God, this life wouldn't be much sometimes. You really got to have hope in God. I mean, The Bible said that of all men most miserable, we have hope only in this life. I think about people, that's why they all them's hooked on drugs and alcohol and things like that, and every other thing that destroys them. Everything that people enjoy messes us up, you know. I know.
Hope in God's grace.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank God for great.
Yes, sir.
We shouldn't abuse it, but it's good to have.
Oh, we got to have it.
You got to have it.
Because we're going to step over the line accidentally. We don't mean to do it. Now I drop right on down with a two blade right here at the bottom, fading this in. And you notice I'm just going ahead. I'm not putting the weight here. If I put the weight here at the bottom, put my weight, I'm actually fading here, say. Yeah. So what I do is come up and off here. And right here the same. Come up and off on it. Okay. This will be the easiest haircut in your arsenal beside a buzz. It's a buzz, but it's a long buzz. Oh. Get your head a little bit, Greg. So you was deer hunting one day and you knew that that cow got loose in the woods. How long had he been loose out there?
He's been out of the pen about 2 years. Nobody ever wrote when we catch him.
Somebody said there's a big old Brahma right there in the woods. So I'm going to get him. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, well, I thought the deer would eat my corn up real, and usually get going real quick. It was that bull.
Yeah.
We eat some steaks off of it.
Hey man. Right. Was it pretty good? Or?
Yeah, not bad for being free ranging like that. Guess it's been cornfield enough.
Was it big?
We're about 1,200 pounds.
Cow. She was big then. What's the biggest deer you ever got?
Body wise, or
Yeah.
body weight.
Yeah.
He went up in West Virginia weight 215.
Is that a little bit bigger deal than a white deer than a white tail? Is it something different?
No, this same white tail there. It's just the body's a little bigger there. I killed something right around 200 here in Chesapeake.
Well, why is bigger? Just the genetic breeding in that
I
area?
guess the area is different, maybe food source. Their does a little heavier than they are around here.
That's a pretty steak too.
Beautiful. I owned a farm there for like 10 years. A little cabin of 100 acres.
But you enjoyed that, did you?
I love it. I'd have moved. I tried to get my wife to move. I probably would have moved up there.
That was in the wildwoods, wasn't it?
It was deep in the hollow. No phone reception.
When I went up to West Virginia one time, that's what it was like. They were saying over there in the holler, over yonder in the holler. I thought that was just on TV, but that was real. They live over yonder in the holler.
Ron Lewis and trained in West Virginia.
Yeah. About every 3 or 4 miles in West Virginia, there was a little town. It seemed like about every 3 miles, it was just a little small town. But you work at the coal mine, you work at the unemployment office.
There's some fine people there. Everybody in that little town I lived in was extremely nice.
I used to go up to Makewan, West Virginia, a lot up there at the church. 20 years ago, we went up there a few times.
We rode through West Virginia on US Highway 15.
Used one blade would open up just a little bit.
Wound around, you know, like that, and it was real interesting.
Yeah.
All the coal mines and all everything.
I'm just rubbing that edge off of that thing with that 1.5.
My farm was up off of I went in on 77 all the way into Charleston, the capital.
Come back up with 2
And
liters
then
down.
79 up towards Clarksburg, and got off on Big Otter. I was about an hour and a half from Charleston. I could be downtown Charleston about an hour and a half from the farm.
Now 2.5 blade back up, close down.
The Canal River runs right through Charleston, yeah.
Yeah.
And bars that coal up down the river there. A lot of fine people there. We used to go hunting there. We always tried to make church while we were there. That we missed. We went to church on Sunday and we thought the service started early than it did, or later than it did, and we got there and we was late. We sat down there. One woman said, are we gonna pass the collection plate around? And some man said, well, you know we already took collection up. She said, yeah, well, we got some new people coming in. They sent the collection plate around again for us. But
They got that money there.
yeah.
They said, well, we dismissed.
You know such and such, I forget what he called her. Said, you know we done took the offer nuts. She said, yeah, we had some new people come in since then, so they're sending it around for us.
Got to give them a chance to get it too. Let's get that tourist money. They can pull out a mosque out there and up there.
It's like in October, you have one of them old tall ceiling buildings, old building. Gets the heat up, the wasps come out, the wasps come out everywhere. I was ducking wasps the whole service.
In
about
church?
Yeah, there was more wasps in there than it was people. They hit, hit the ceiling and bounce back down, they come back.
Take that 4 blade again. Stand it up through here a little bit. Make this fade in where it's, I scissor cut it, but I want to come back in here and stand this in. Cut it. Kind of just like stand that clipper up like that more. Make it fade into that. I think I had 9,000 some odd visits already on one of my, like in 8 or 9 weeks.
Really?
It's amazing how many people looked at it.
Was that your song?
No, the song got about 2,000 visits. That Come to Carolina song did.
Haircut. One of those haircuts got that many visits.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just quick like. I mean, I've got lots of them with 3,000, stuff like that. I couldn't believe how many people looked at it. They said there was not that many people teaching the barber and that much on the internet. It's mostly I think a lot of beauticians on there and stuff. But they wanted to see more men's haircut on there. Must be not that many because I was seeing my flat tops on every page when I put them on there. So that means I was getting up there pretty fast. I was going right up, People was giving me thumbs up. There's people on there to give everything you do the thumb down. They're just negative type people. No matter what you do, you didn't do it like they would do it. So it's wrong. Got to be wrong, or they don't like a flat top. They don't like a brush cut. I just don't like a brush cut, so they give you a thumbs down. It's not that you didn't do a good job on it, but I get like 30 something, thumbs up on a lot of them. Maybe 1 or 2 thumbs down. So personally, it takes a lot for me to give somebody. It'd be real bad if I give them a thumbs down. That'd be like something major wrong with that haircut. I'll come back and work on this right here a little bit right at the end after I get this haircut. If you got to get this looking right and checked out all this right, then you can get this level when you get it neat when you get all this done. There's something about you got to be able to look at the whole haircut together, finished product, to be able to know what to do, finish it up. And I videoed yours the other day, but I didn't give it half of it, so I didn't put it on. I was wanting to get that brush cut on here.
I said to people in West Virginia, not that they're not modernizing it, they just seem like they're a little more laid back, still kind of have an old fashioned way of doing things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times when we come in, there's some real close neighbors about there, good friends of ours, they bring like some homemade vegetable soup over, and maybe the next morning bring some homemade cinnamon rolls. You know, it's just it's nice neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, good people. They had to go to ways to go back there to get y'all, didn't they?
Yeah.
How far was about a mile or two in there?
Nearest town was probably 15 miles, 20 miles from nearest town.
How'd you find that place up in there?
I went hunting as a guest with a friend of mine that had a guy from Langston that owned some property nearby there. And I fell in love with it. This farm come up for sale and was able to buy it.
Was it like farmland in there?
That's just some meadows that, you know, like you can put cattle or horses in. And had a cabin on. Most of it was woods. That was probably 90% woods.
Let's take a 3 now. Let's stand up right in here and get this down a little bit more of a straighter look. This brush. Stand that 3 up and kind of take that off right there. I'm standing that 3 up like that and cut that haircut.